All right. Okay. So today I wanted us to share about something that I was reading about. Was a blog where people were talking about skills that are important for us to have as human beings in life, and they were mentioning like different skills or different qualities that people should have, and one of them that I thought that we'll discuss today was they titled it as conflict resolution, being able to handle conflicts. And, they were explaining that the fact that we live in a world where, we are all different, we've been raised different, we come from different cultures, different background, we have different beliefs, and or just even the way that people will react to different circumstances, or if something comes up or whatever, yeah, you have to be able to know how to handle conflicts or misunderstandings or whatever you may call it. And they were saying that it's something that's very important for us, whether it's professionally or personally. In our personal lives, it's very easy to have conflicts with family members or with colleagues at work or with friends, different people. And yeah, basically people were sharing how they are able to kind of manage conflicts or manage misunderstandings. Yeah, so I just wanted to hear from you guys. How do you guys handle any, I would say, conflict resolution? But sometimes it might not necessarily be like a conflict, maybe on that level, but maybe it could be like a misunderstanding with a family member, with a friend, with a colleague, or whatever it would be. How would you be able to handle that? Yeah.
Personally, I think that first I try to explain that and clarify that conflict that we had, and I think this kind of conflict and misunderstandings always happens when you are just started working somewhere, and maybe you are not yet fit in that place, and you are not really matched with your colleagues. So and also when the company is international, and a lot of cultures and people that me myself, my first language isn't English, so maybe I'm not perfect at speaking in the English. So this also can bring some conflict. So when you started working somewhere, I think the first months you have to go slow and clarify everything that you do. Maybe your pace in doing your job isn't like your colleague. So I think you have to adapt yourself to the situation, so everything goes well after some time. And when you started to get match to people and know them, and you understand them better, conflicts I think are really you don't have conflicts anymore with them. So yeah, I think getting to know people better, getting to know that in a certain situation, what do they do, and maybe it is not the same as you would do in that situation. You have to put yourself in other people's shoes and situation. I think that that you can feel what would they do in that situation, and you can match with them better. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tari. Yeah, I think it's very important to actually take time, to understand the culture of like an organization when it comes to work. It's very important to know how people work and things like that. Yeah, that's very important. I guess that's why for most companies, they'll give you like a 3 months probation, like for employment, so that you kind of get used, and so they're giving you time to warm up to the culture. Yeah, that's a good one. I think for me, maybe on my end, I would say how to handle conflicts. I would say communication. I think sometimes instead of how can I say, maybe taking offense of something, I think it's important to communicate things, if maybe, we are working together and something was not done well, or you're not happy with the way something was done. I think, being able to communicate that. And I think that's not even just like on a professional level. I think even just on a personal level, you have to be able to communicate, because that's how you can be able to just sort of like open the, what they call it, like just open that bridge to be able to mend fences if there are any fences to be made or something like that. Yeah, so I really think, communication is one of those ways that you can be able to to handle that. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, anyone else want to share?
Yeah, how to handle conflict. Indeed, I think you've already gone to the root of it, because mainly the conflict comes as sometimes we do, when the conflict is there, we look at the symptoms, what has come as a result, and then we don't address the cause. I mean, it's just like the conflict is just like how the doctors actually do help out. When you go to a doctor or a nurse or a health person and you say, I'm suffering from this. I would take an example, headache, Why are you feeling headache? You have to tell the history. If you don't tell the history, fever can cause headache. For us who are grown up in a place where there's malaria can cause headache. Maybe bad food. I mean, even diarrhea can cause headache. And so if you say I'm suffering from headache, and then you don't know the cause, you might actually give the wrong prescription. So the conflict here, indeed, you've actually alluded to it. There are actually 3 C's in a human relationship. There's the conflict that we are dealing with. Is the main center one, which is communication. There is the complaints and confusion. Complaints and confusion can bring conflict, and communication can bring conflict. And so if we, in order to solve the conflict which is there, indeed we need to, and I think I will pick up the one that, because there's so much, this topic is not huge, rather it's not small. Yeah. I think I will zero in what Satere has actually started in a workplace. Linda, you've mentioned about culture. You need to know what the culture of the place is. Because what is culture? Culture is the way we do things here. Yeah, because if you come here, and then there's a way each organization has got the way they do things here, and then you can actually get confused, or you can complain about the system, for example. Say, but why do Moracle? How come they all the time at 9 o'clock they have to meet? No, that's not it. And then sometimes if you don't verbalize it, you don't know the reason, and then you are there conflicting yourself within it, and you have that conflict in yourself, and then you are not happy, and then eventually perhaps you can even give up, or you are not productive. So if then there is that conflict within yourself, need to know the cause. Then if now you are the person who is the arbiter, again, you are now in a better position, because make sure that you are the person that they say you are not biased. I've had conflicts in, for example, family conflicts, whereby one group said, no, James is always biased, we will not talk to him. I've had those situations. And then later on, when the truth came out, was that actually I didn't even know about this other person, what they were doing. Yet the other person thought, oh, that one, well, when you tell them, they will side with exactly. So here, in order for you to be a good arbiter, first of all, make sure that you gain trust.
Yeah.
With the people that where you are going to be resolving that conflict or misunderstanding. That each one feels it is whatever you are going to say, it is in their interest, not either not in your own interest or not in the interest of the one they are conflicting with, or the one they are misunderstanding. And I think that aspect is going on, and perhaps don't even put don't put a date to it, a time to it, because until you understand, then try to make the people go along. And above all, I think we need to introduce forgiveness. Yeah, we need to introduce that. That is an antidote. It's the best medicine, because at the end of the day, so for example, if someone's ego is affected, everyone wants to protect their ego. The only way you can do it is to compromise and say, well, in order for me to go ahead, I think I shouldn't. Let me shut up hunger. Let me forgive. And both, if the forgiveness comes into the furry into the mix, then I think that is done. And as I said, this is a huge topic because it's part of human relationship. Yeah.
Thank you so much, James. Yeah. And what you mentioned about, I think forgiveness is very important, generally in all relationships. If you're not able to forgive, I think you'll be holding grudges for the rest of your life, honestly. If you're not able to let go of things, and live a very unhappy life, because it's almost inevitable that someone will do something that you don't like, or someone will wrong in a certain way, or you will wrong someone in a certain way. So forgiveness is very very important. Thank you so much, James. Just Noah, please share your thoughts on this.
Good morning, everyone. This is one of the most important topic or discussion within a working environment, how we can solve conflict resolution. For me, my own take on this is that first of all, you need to know how to communicate with your colleagues in an environment, within a working environment. So by you communicating with your colleagues, then I guess you will know what his or her take on certain issues. And also, you should always seek advice. So by you seeking advice from your colleagues, even though he or she might want to do something, he or she wants to do something contradictory, it will not, because when you seek advice, he or she will always feel important that, oh, Noah is asking something from me, then why should I do this? Why should I do this? So always try to seek advice from your colleague. And also don't do a PhD, the pulling him down syndrome. Now this Noah, what Noah has done, Noah doesn't know how to do this. No, don't do a PhD, don't pull him down. Try to, we are all learning progress in life. Try all possible means for you to help your colleagues to go. We are, like I said, we are all work in progress. If we don't know that, automatically some of us we're having, let me say, as of now, I'm working with an international company here, Moracle. People here, the exposure level. So give people time. If you give people time for them to learn what the environment is and all, then automatically, I don't think there will be conflict. And also, you should never look down at your colleagues. Now, I might have got the certificates in different softwares. Yeah, it's fine. So if I see someone that has not do, then I start look at you. Why are you not doing it? You know. So don't never look down on your colleagues. Never. These are all way for you to solve conflicts within an environment and working environment. Then also, whenever you're having a discussion with your colleagues, don't try to be the boss. In sense, you are always Mr. Have a right. Try all possible means for each and everyone to have a win-win solution in any discussion that you're having. Yeah, a win-win discussion. I mean, a win-win solution might reduce every negative thought that the person have. For now, for instance, I know certain things, and then maybe you don't know. So if I come and bash at you, oh, you don't know, I should give you a guide that you know that, oh, yeah, this is somehow reasonable. You will not feel insecure. The person will not feel insecure that because of I don't know this and I don't, that's the reason why he's bashing at me. But you should always try all possible means for your discussions to end with a win-win solution. Try to come up with an idea that will make the person feel good of his or herself. But if you bash at people and then you pull people down, then automatically the conflict will never resolve. So this is my own basic take on this topic. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Noah. Thank you. Yeah. You shared actually some great tips. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, Jessica, I would like to hear from you.
Yeah. I think you guys have already said it all, that we should have a communication and all. So from my own point of view, I think we should always be open-minded. Like if you are in a conflict with someone, I think you should not always think that you are right, or that you know it all, or your point of view is correct and the other person is wrong. I think that is just the basic foundation of it all. I think you should have an open mind that maybe I am wrong, or understand where the other person is trying to come from. I think that will also help in like mitigating the conflict, because if you are like so strong on your opinion, like I'm right, my opinion is right, what I'm trying to do is right, you are wrong, I think that's just gonna escalate issues. But if you are open-minded and trying to understand, okay, maybe, okay, I have my opinion, maybe I should listen to your opinion and see where you are coming from, trying to understand what you are trying to say, I think that will also help in a conflict. So maybe that also falls under communication and all. But I think you guys have already said all of it. So yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Jessica. Yeah, it's very important for, for us to be open-minded and also teachable, because, it's not, none of us are like 100% perfect, and it's not always that you get everything right. Yeah, so it's good to have an open mind and to be teachable at heart, that, if you're not right, you're able to accept that you're actually not right. Yeah. Thank you, Jessica. Yeah. Thank you everyone for sharing. Yeah, as John said, that this is a very large topic. But yeah, we just wanted to share because I know that it's very important, when it comes to just relations with people, whether at work or like personally. So thank you so much everyone for sharing.